Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fifth and final WCA Qualifier, the biggest tournament in history of this game, and we're about to find out the final two participants out of 16 who will join the likes of Sushishi, TH, Fly, Infi, you, What Chief Rich, Hate Love Anger, Reprisal, Law Light, Focus, and Moon. It's the quarterfinals today. Tomorrow, the big decision, but of course, 4 games today. My name is Neo from Back to Warcraft. This is yours, obviously. Hello, my friend.
Hello, my friend. It's a long time ago that we have been here in Berlin,
Indeed.
the studio, casting the WCA WarCraft pad. And this is the last chance, the very last chance to get the tickets. Today, we will figure out who will go to the semifinals. And tomorrow, we will see who will win in the semifinals. And each of the winner of the semifinals actually gets the ticket. But on top of that, we have a lot of prize money to give away. Especially the top 3 will get a lot of money. And the first place, there's like 3k euros on the line, and this for an online qualifier is quite a lot of money for this game.
You know the feel, how to win that amount of money. But yeah, of course, 4 quarterfinal games today. We're going to start with Nika versus XeLSinG, Night Elf versus Orc. We've witnessed a great open qualifier this Friday. Close to 200 people participated. I think it was one of the biggest open tournaments we've seen in years. And these are the best remaining players from all of Europe.
Yeah, and we saw quite a couple of games from all of the players that we will actually see today. We covered a few of the games that you will actually see today from XeLSinG. Also, Nicker played a great round there throughout the whole online part so far, making it this far in the tournament. And now, Night Elf against Orc will be the first game, and it will be on Echo Isles. But let's talk first about what do you think? Who has the advantage there, or the momentum going for him? We saw Nicker casting, also the other part of the WCA. And yeah, XeLSinG is one of the guys who can always be a surprise.
Nicker is definitely a dark horse because he spends lots of his time in China, and we don't really know how he's doing there, like in the iFang Cup, so we haven't seen a lot of him. XeLSinG, I think he disappeared for quite a while, like 6 weeks or something, but he came back, won the Golden Cup. Oh no, he was in the final, but then came back in the Jera Cup as well, really strong, reaching the semi-final. So XeLSinG is on top of his game, maybe the best XeLSinG we've seen in all of 2015.
Yeah, and he's not one of the typical guys, because usually you would kind of expect to see the normal Orc kind of game, but he is the guy that tries new metagame, or not metagame, but he also got this kind of gimmick strategies that we sometimes see from him, like maybe tower rushes on tier 1 with a lot of grunts, and then early on maybe even a borrow. I've seen that from him as well, borrow inside when the base is closed. This is quite an old strategy, it's not that new, but the tower rush, I've seen that, I've seen raiders, I've seen early tier 2 expansions. This guy is up for some crazy games. This is like the Orcish part of Foggy, the guy who, we are so sad to say that, but he dropped out. He missed the last chance to qualify for this tournament. But today we will focus on these players. And Nicker, you said it, he's like under the radar throughout the whole time. But he also is one of the guys, when I was still playing very actively back in the scene, he was one of the top Night Elf players already. Then he moved to China, trained there a lot with all the top Chinese players, and we all know how powerful they can be. But he always came out with great results against them. He was not making it into the really deep run, like in the finals or final appearance, and then winning the whole thing. But he always did great against them. So I'm kind of expecting a great game from both of the players.
Me too. And before we go into the game, let's talk a bit about this tournament. Of course, you already qualified. It is the biggest tournament of all time in 13 years of Warcraft 3. Suddenly in 2015 we have this tournament with 215,000 euros. On top of that, we have the return of the best player of all time. We have Moon coming back from the army just for this event. That shows you how big it is. And let's take a look at the players who didn't qualify. We see from China, WFZ is not in. He was thrown down by ZDR. Then from Korea, the legends Lucifer and Czech both out in the qualifier. And from Europe, you talked about it, Foggy not in there. Cash was eliminated by Rosenkill. And of course Ruden, who we saw doing great at Gamescom, for example, not there as well.
Yeah. You also missed one of the top Korean players that was not even attending the qualifier, which is Remind.
Remind, indeed.
And Remind is the guy that really was like the favorite of the Korean part of the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really think that we still have great players that will go there, especially from the Korean region. We have like Reprisal, we have Focus, who just came back, putting all his time into Warcraft once again. So we have all these big names from the earlier days of Warcraft, when Warcraft was super big. Now we have a kind of smaller scene nowadays, but still it's a great experience to see player coming back, actually getting back in shape for this tournament, for really for this very tournament, for the exact same time that they need to be qualified for that. And then it's just amazing to see all these guys, all these big names coming back to the game. It's so attractive to watch.
Okay, we talked about the 8 players who will participate in this qualifier. The bracket is here, everybody, and the first game we talked about it is Nicker versus XeLSinG. We'll follow that up with Prado versus Hawk. Then we have the Night of Mirror between Passion and Sonic, and the main event of today is Chechi versus Orkworker. The game me personally I'm looking forward for the most, but it's gonna be an awesome day, and we'll follow that up tomorrow, of course. Okay, we are ready, and I think we are about to join to start this game. Okay, everybody is ready?
Yeah, everybody's set and ready. We are going into the loading screen here, so we will switch into the game right away. And before we start mentioning anything, we are here on Echo Heights, and I think you have a lot to talk about here on Echo Heights, especially the introduction of this map. But before we cover that, we have here in the red color, spawning on the left-hand side here on Echo Heights, it's Nicker, the guy who's playing from China. It's like in the midnight right now, but he's sacrificing this and is going into this tournament, taking his very last chance to qualify for the WCA. While on the other side, we see the yellow orc player, who is XeLSinG. And he will try also his very best to achieve something that maybe nobody really expected from him, but he made it so far, and I think he can make it through the end.
Isn't this, right from the start, a weird building position for XeLSinG?
Not a weird building position, but what we see is he's skipping the barracks entirely, and skipping the barracks is a big thing here. We can see that he might go for some early teching, but right now we see a pause here from Nicker, but it's no problem, we can cover that, because we just have to talk about what is XeLSinG up to here. We see that he's skipping the barracks, I mentioned it, but this means he will go for early tech, maybe an early shot, but I don't see that yet. And we see that the players experience some kind of connection problem. I think it will be solved in no time, but to cover the Rex problem, there's no Rex, which kind of indicates a fast tech. And after the fast tech, we usually see some kind of tier 2 aggression with Y1 maybe? And we know Y1 have a high percentage on stream.
On the Back to Warcraft streams, at least. This is not the Back to Warcraft stream, this is WCA Europe. But yeah, we're just about to talk about the map, and I was about to open it with the most important thing on this map, but we have to postpone it because it seems like the connection is kind of bad. I'm not really sure. Is Nicker in China right now? Do you know that?
I know, like, earlier, I think it was on Friday, right? Or Saturday, the tournament? No, it wasn't Friday. Friday we played the earlier stages. And throughout that, he kind of indicated that he is in China, because he said it's like in the middle of the night. It's like 3 or 4 a.m. when he was playing.
He's definitely
so this kind of gives me the idea that he is still in China, which makes it a little harder to find a host here. And this is why we actually try to figure out what kind of host would be the best. Usually we use this US host thing, because it's like in between both of the players, and then it should be perfectly fine. And we had this throughout the whole tournament. It was perfectly fine for Nicker. They are solving this, working on that, and as soon as this is done, we will go into the game once again and see what he's up to.
So you talked about Nicker, his great achievements. He actually did great in China. Of course, he was always invited to the big tournaments like J-League and whatnot, because he's just not from China. He's a foreigner, and so he got invited, and from time to time he did really great. He never won something big, because I think these things are kind of reserved for TH and Infi, but the third place is always his thing. He's a former runner-up of the J-League in 2011 and a former European Nations champion with Russia in 2010, and he's the only foreigner that ever won the IFAN Cup. So
okay, yeah, of course. When he's in China, the IFAN Cup is like, compared to the Jera Cup, it's like the Chinese version of that. We have a weekly cup where all the top players, remaining top players from China, play against each other. They sign up, they check in, they play, and then there's some prize money involved for the first place. So there's quite some reasoning to play that kind of cup. And yeah, I think the Europeans cannot really play it, because the connection problem is sometimes way too big there. But besides that, usually we saw like Passion Night also playing it. when he was in China, and he was not doing also well. Because like sometimes you find a really strong opponent in the first 2 rounds, and then you drop out against Infi and nobody's mentioning it anymore. But besides that, winning that kind of indicates us that he can take it through the long run, and then he can also win tournaments online, and even in high pressure situations that we can see in LAN. And especially the tournaments like J-League and so on, it's just a whole different story. And he kind of can handle this kind of pressure, which kind of tells me that he's ready for the challenge.
Definitely. So let's run down the other quarterfinals here. What do you think? Prado versus Hawk.
Yeah, kind of course, Hawk, the big favorite, personally for me as well, because he's a human player. And beside that, Prado is one of the guys who just said, okay, I will give it a shot. Let me go. Let me try. I will do my best. He was one of the guys who was good back then, but never that good. Like, not top-notch level, but still a really good, solid player. And he can do some damage to Hawk, especially because he's kind of struggling against Orc at the moment. But most of the time, I think the chances that he beats Hawk are pretty limited.
Yeah, I think so too. So, Knight of Mirror, Passion versus Sonic.
Very tough call. We have seen Passion play really well recently, taking maps from good players, also sometimes losing maps to not so good players on the European level, but still he is on a uprising like path at the moment. He's like increasing, he's like playing better and better and better, and then this could end up in a slot, of course, for China in the ticket, but I don't really see that because Sonic is way too strong. Good old Iron Sonic is kind of famous for his really strong, sometimes unique play. You've seen him in different matchups, like with Panther first, Pitlord first. We don't see this all too often anymore, but sometimes he's mixing stuff up. Also in the Knight of Mirror, I think he got some quite unique creep routes. So we will see that.
Okay, the players are trying a different host right now, so maybe it's getting better. Of course, we have all the time in the world today to cover these 4 so important matches. So, have you followed the Korean qualifier?
The Korean qualifier, I saw quite a few matches there, especially the final matches, because I thought it was super interesting to watch Represal's playstyle, because it's so different from the Chinese approach, and as well as the approach that we Europeans have, because we kind of use a mixture. Sometimes we like to use the Blood Mage. We kind of not invented this, but we took it from Represal, the hint that the Blood Mage is not that as useless as we saw throughout the whole thing, and then the meta kind of evolved in favor of the Blood Mage in certain matchups against certain heroes, and we are trying to mix that in. And beside that, I was just interested in how the Korean scene is working at the moment and who will actually make it there and take the money also, and also will be like, because it's kind of important for me to see who is going first, because I think there will be like different pools where player will be picked from. Like
I
we
think
have
so
a
too.
top seed box, and then we have middle seed box and low seed box. And this is kind of interesting, and this also indicates where I have to practice and against what I have to practice to actually meet in my group.
So, I think half a year ago we all thought, why do they invite the Koreans? It's just of historical purposes, because there was no real competition from Korea anymore. And maybe Reprisal, of course, he won the 2nd place at the WEC 2014, but apart from Reprisal, everyone was gone. And now they are back, putting like 3 months of work into their game, and they're on top of the scene once again. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. They try actually everything they can to increase their performance level, and most of the time it's working in their favor, because they have this really, really good gaming routine, or maybe not gaming routine, but they know how to learn, and they know how to like get back in shape, because they were on the top level, and whenever you've been there for once, you can actually make it back to there, because you know how to get there, you know all the road, you know where to take, like which path, you know which practice method is the best for you. Sometimes players will use a lot of ladder, other players like different styles where they play a lot of custom games. But what I've heard is that Loliad, for example, helped these players a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's like the guy that still kept playing. He was like top-notch Knight of player from Korea, like throughout the whole thing. Like even when all the other players were like retiring or in the army, he was still playing against the Chinese top players, and Loliad did quite well against them. And then he was like bringing the old school players back, and also like teaching them what the new meta feels like, where to pay attention, where to practice, what to do. And it seems like Loliad is playing a big role in the Korean comeback scene, and I really like to see that, how they're helping each other.
Shout out to Mr. Law Light, and shout out to the new host, because we are going in-game once again for the second time. It seems to be fine for everybody, so the starting positions have changed, everybody. In the upper left here, map number 1, it's of course Echo Isles. We have XeLSinG, Mikhail Ilinchik, 27 years old from the Belarus, and in the upper right, as a Night Elf, we have Nicker. He is actually the oldest player, 29 years old, Nikita Pomadov from Russia.
Yeah, really well introduced here, and there we see the skip of the barrack once again. He's going into more peon production, just the normal early game, besides the skip of the barracks. But this time he's getting the early shop. Not sure if he got it the last game, but this looks like the very same start that he wanted to do earlier on.
Yeah.
He also tried to pull the creeps from the mercenary towards the Ancient of War. It kinda worked for some time, but then the Wiz pulled them away once again, and for that the Ancient of War is kinda safe. He started the outside production, the first archer is about to spawn. On the other side we see the first hero is the Demon Hunter, and the barracks will not be entirely skipped. We can see he's constructing that one, while the Blade Master is about to drop out of the Altar of Storms.
Yeah, XeLSinG's game against Night Elf is not that great. It's only a 35 win rate against them, but on Echo Isle he is crazy strong with a 67% win rate. So this might be his best map against Night Elf. Especially in that pool, we see double lesser clarity and of course the healing selves. He wants to harass as much as possible. And let's see, okay, Renegade with it almost down. The item could be important, or the Parry of Vitality will help him here in the early game.
Yeah, not the very best item. You're actually hoping for maybe Boots of Speed or maybe something else. But what I have to mention, he killed one of the Kobold Taskmasters with his Ancient of War, so he didn't get the whole experience there. And now the Blade Master is actually going for the Ancient of War here, and maybe this is the first big downlet for the Night Elf player here, Nicker, because XeLSinG is doing a great job. He's now going for the Wisp, killing that one together with the help of the creeps, and the Ancient of War drops down to 1 HP, and he's finally dead. Blade Master also dropping down to 150 HP. Now the Demon Hunter is going for the chase of the Blade Master, but the Archer is just baiting him towards the Moonwells. There's still one available, so the Archer will not die, and the Blade Master is making it out of there, and with the help of the shop, and especially the items, we can see with the Clarity you said it, as well as the healing self, he will be able to heal up as soon as he gets burned. Yes, there you go. And this was quite some good early game for him, like killing that Ancient of War is kinda important.
Yeah, no more archers for Nicker at the moment. XeLSinG attacking tier 2, of course. Nicker is doing the same, and he rebuilds the Ancient of War, so he puts resources there into the defenses that were usually not necessary. Definitely a good move for Nicker. He gets the first mercenaries. Nicker's way into this quarterfinal were kinda easy, I might say, but here comes the harass again. Backstep on the archer. Yeah, most likely gonna go down, but
very nice Shadow Meld. 10
indeed.
HP, and do you know what this game reminds me of? It was the first game of the Pro Qualifier that we had. It was Nicker playing against Rover,
yeah,
and we also saw the same base layout, and now he's maybe doing something else. Now he's getting the Ancient of War once again, because he knows that he will be pressured very hard, most likely, but I don't think that he ever scouted the Orc base, so maybe he's not aware that this was a late barracks, and this kind of indicates that the grunts will not be there. He's just going for 3 grunts with a fast attack, and for that the pressure level will not be as high as it was against Rover.
Yeah, of course we saw the game a few weeks ago, and Rover or Cooper was so aggressive that Nicker really had problems here. The so important priest. And yeah, XeLSinG is doing the exact same thing, like keeping on pushing, or
nice deny there.
Harassing, indeed.
Wow, this still looks, I don't know, I like this shape here. I like what both of the players have to offer. Night Elf player playing kind of defensively, trying to get everything in the picture that he has to do. He's getting the Mers, he's trying to creep his Demon Hunter to level 3, because level 3 is kind of key on that hero, especially for the later stages with the level 2 mana burn if the Orc player goes for the TC. And even if you're going for the Shadow Hunter, the level 2 mana burn is way better than the level 1 one, because the cooldown is decreasing, the mana burn is increased to like 100%, because it's burning 100 mana then. But so far I like the base layout from Nicker as well, because you can see he's getting the Ancient of Wind in the back, and the shop is already there.
Yeah. Indeed, looks all very safe. Nicker never left his half of the map, and interesting, Shadow Hunter for XeLSinG. Usually on Echo Elves, you always see the Tauren Chieftain for waves and the area of effect damage. But no, XeLSinG is deciding, okay, I'm gonna go for Hex, I'm gonna go for Heal Wave. What's the reason behind that?
Yeah, I don't know. Usually I would say that this kind of indicates a lot of pressure. Really like what we said, like what also Cooper used against him, also known as Rover. And also really nice XeLSinG keeping a grunt there to see if the Night Elf player will ever go for the shop creep on the Augur Maggie, because he's dropping a really nice item. And what I also see here from Nika, he actually sold the parry up with Vitality that he found earlier at his mercenary camp, and he invested the money into the Staff of Preservation. So I'm not really sure why he would ever sell this item, but he decides that he will need the money somehow. And now he's going for the Augur Maggie, but the Blade Master is already aware of that. Not level 2 yet, he's missing 6 experience points, and nonetheless, even though he knows that the Blade Master is there, he starts the creep spot.
Yeah, but he was, I think XeLSinG's Windwalk was about to run out, so he wasn't able to wait a little more to steal the creeps or steal some units. Well, he gets the Quillbeast in the end, level 2, and critical strike for him. Of course, Echo Isle is a map where pimping the Blade Master is fairly easy. Tons of spots where you can find claws or circlets or whatever. But for now, the Blade Master doesn't look scary at all. Only the one circlet that he got from the shop.
Yeah, Nika is playing this game a little safer than usually, because the Night Elf player kind of goes for a super fast tier 3. He wants the orb, he wants the Master Talon upgrade, but you can see Nika was preparing the Ancient of War. Like, he lost that one, reproduced that. You don't have to do that, but to play safe, you do that, because the tournament, there's everything on the line. This is just one best of 3 from dropping out of the tournament without a ticket, without money, without everything. Wow, but the creep goes to Nicker. But the item goes to the Blade Master.
Indeed, Wand of Mana Stealing can be a great item in some situations here. For example, if the Shadow Hunter is down to low mana. Ooh, tier 2 expansion from XeLSinG.
Yeah, super early.
This is something we've rarely seen before, and we talked about it. XeLSinG is kind of like the orcish Foggy, always trying something new, trying to get to tier 3 most of the time. But no, this time it's a tier 2 expansion. Very, very risky, obviously, because the orc expansions take ages to build, and with a decent amount of Druids of the Talon, you can push it down.
Yeah, you can definitely push it down. And what's also kind of important here on Echo Elves, I heard a guy, an expert, talking about that a lot, is the shop control. Because if you pay attention to the Beastmaster, you can see an info potion already, and he bought one of the healing scrolls. But I think I got an expert right to my left here, and he can tell you quite something about the shop control in Echo Elves.
Yeah, usually on the maps you have more than one shop, but on Echo there's only one shop. So it's very, very hard to get the items. You see it here. Everything is on cooldown, so only one player will be able to get the invo potions, to get the heal scrolls, and they help a lot in the fight. So shop control is indeed very important.
Nice. XeLSinG just killed a Wisp that was trying to go for the expansion scout there, and denying that kind of information is really key here. Because I think Nicker is kind of expecting it, because you know, okay, it's a Shadowhunter. Usually Shadowhunter late game against the Night Elf race with the Talon strategy is really bad. Because you just have the heal waves, but you just lack the damage, the ancient, the area of effect damage that you usually get from the TC. You don't have that with the Shadowhunter. I have seen some orc players go for the Serpent Wards, but this is kind of rare to see. So far, I'm not sure if we have seen any skill besides the healing wave.
No, we have Hex and Heal Wave.
Okay, so we have Hex and Heal Wave because you have the program to actually check the skills.
Yep.
And with that, we know that there's no crazy Serpent Ward. And the Quillbeast confirms what Nika was already expecting, and he knows.
Pulls the Murlocs, but let's see if this is enough. Well, for now they don't attack, but now they do. But I think this is safe.
Yeah, this should be safe, and it will go through for sure.
Okay, so now shop control by XeLSinG. He'll get the heal scroll, he got the invo potion. The invo potion, so important against talents. You need something to keep your feet on the ground, and beware of the Cyclone.
Yeah, talking about Cyclone, he just started the item, or not just started, but it's 60 to 70% done. And as soon as this is done, I think he will get the Tinker, because he already got the Orb of Corruption. Yeah. This is something that you need. You have a checklist. The checklist says that you need the Master Talon upgrade, which is Cyclone. You need the Orb of Corruption, check that. And then we need the third check, which is the Tinker that we will see in no time.
Time is getting short for XeLSinG. No level 3 Blade Master. The Shadow Hunter very, very close to level 3, but still level 2. And the Night Elf is coming. You mentioned it. Here is the Tinker. Pocket Factory, of course, skill number 1. And he needs to hurry up his creeping here. The Night Elf is coming. There's no burrow, no tower, no nothing. No static defense to protect this, but he wants this Renegade Wizard. What's the item? Claws of Attack +9. This will be huge for him, but he's blocking himself, losing even more time.
Yeah, he spent all his money. Getting the mercs is really great, because otherwise he's not able to spend the money that he just got from the expansion. So he was able to transition the gold advantage that he just achieved into unit advantage. And now the Talons are kind of safe behind the expansion, but the Forest Troll Berserker is about to die here, and he got quite some damage. The first Raider drops super low. The Shadow Hunter is in the air. He cannot use the healing wave in time to keep that guy alive. He's using one of the lightning shields to the grunt here. The lightning shield is doing quite some damage. Nice dispels, nice healing scroll here from XeLSinG. So far he's playing really great, but also the heroes of the Night Elf player are in a great shape.
That is right, heal scroll being used on the Talon, still the lightning shield in full force. Nice cyclones over and over again. Another end snare to the Demon Hunter to get him away from the SH mana burn now. But the Talons are in trouble. There is no more heal scroll, only one invo potion. XeLSinG going for the Demon Hunter. One hit after another. Demon Hunter's dropping down. I think there's a staff, but on the Demon Hunter actually.
So he's not able to save that one out, but the lack of a mana potion here on the Shadow Hunter is just letting so many units die. Now the end snare finally on the Demon Hunter, and the Night Elf player is forced to TP out. In the meantime, the peons from XeLSinG, we are not mining at all. We just have one guy running for his life, bringing the gold bags home. But this is not enough. You need a few more gold diggers to actually provide the money that you need to keep your army together, or actually reproduce the army that you need. We already see fairy dragons in the air. We see that the Night Elf player is just juicing up his heroes with the help of the Moonwells. He's not even getting the town portal. Not sure if this is the right call here. I would rather play it safe than sorry, but he says, you know what? I take this game right here, right now.
Okay, he's at the shop once again. 2 invo potions, 1 heal scroll, plus the claw. The items are great for XeLSinG. Maybe another pick-off here with the Talon, but of course you can always save it with Crow form. And the Night Elf army is coming. The shop is empty. No items for Nicker apart from a 1 heal potion and the invo potion. So XeLSinG is getting ready once again. Wanted to buy some mercs, but there's no Berserker left, and that's the one you really want to have because of the damage. Level 3.5 Shadow Hunter, the expansion is still alive, and that's the most important thing for XeLSinG right now. He needs some time that the expo pays off.
Yeah, Nika is playing it safe. He's getting the town portal, but what he's not doing is also counter expanding, because he knows he's in a great shape. He can handle this. He can actually take the win here, because 52 supply of the Orc player going up against 49 supply here from the Night Elf, and he's even getting a heal scroll as well as the potion of healing. And you know, the position just below the Great Hall here, where he's just going at the moment, is the perfect spot, because there's almost no surface area. You can barely bypass the Great Hall, and for that it's perfect. We even see the level 3 Panda here and a Tomb of Experience, so maybe the level 4 Demon Hunter as well. No, not yet, but by the kill of that Peon, this means level 2 evasion.
Yeah, the Orc army is completely blocked, but maybe he can town portal here and then attack the Night Elf where he doesn't expect it. But I don't know if XeLSinG has a town portal. No, he hasn't. He has to fight this somehow. In the meantime, this is so much free damage from Nika. This position just might win him this game entirely.
Perfect position for Nika here. I'm not even sure if the right call here is to stay there and wait for the moment to attack, because there will never be the timing window. There will never be the surface area that you need with that army. What you should do instead is go for the main base of the Night Elf. Force him to use his town portal defensively, and in that call, you kind of keep your town hall alive, maybe. And if he stays there, you just damage him as hard as you can. Cripple his economy, take down his Moonwells, take down the production, the Ancient of Wind. But right now he goes around the forest. He wants to take the fight from the back. He's bringing all the units in, but the Town Hall is about to die, and Nika TP's out. Perfectly played.
Perfect execution from the Russian, and at the same time he builds an expansion on his own, which is completely unscouted by XeLSinG. He had no resources for that, but now he's 10 food ahead. Maybe this expansion paid off for a bit at least, so he could get the cost back and some more gold. but he is going for creeping. Wouldn't this be the time for him to attack now?
No, I think creeping is definitely the right call. Because what do you want to attack in? You know you have like barely 60 supply. You know that you are also supply blocked because you don't have a borrow to go up to 70 supply. And you have seen what the Night Elf has to offer. And you saw that he's on 50 supply and that he just townported into his main base. But what you can do is maybe send a peon out on top of the map, because Echo Isles actually has like 3 paths to your opponent's main base, the middle, the top and the bottom. And if you see him going for the top to your main base, then you just come from the bottom. If you are located on the map there, like in the perfect position, you just come from the bottom and then you go for his main base with pillage maybe. It can be a great thing. And what we also see, that the Shadow Hunter just got a pen of energy.
That is a sweet item for the Voodoo guy. Plus we have 3 invul potions now on the Orc heroes. No heal scroll though, at least so far. But there's a town pot and the 4th invul potion. He really wants to keep them on the ground. Scouting now from the Blade Master, but the armies are about to collide.
Yeah, the armies are about to collide, but the clash is not going to be here. He tries to postpone that. Maybe he tries to go around. Yeah, I think what he has to do is like really going around your opponent, not taking a fight anytime soon, because he cannot really afford to take a fight here. You can see the army. Usually you say you need more than 10 to maybe 20 supply more as an Orc player to overcome the 50 supply of Night Elf. But you know that the Night Elf army with 50 supply is maybe one of the strongest armies, especially in this matchup.
Definitely. Even if you lose some units, you can easily reproduce them.
Yeah, and you're not losing anything to upkeep, which is kind of key here. So every cent that comes out of your gold mine goes directly into army as soon as you fall below 50 supply.
XeLSinG is attacking the main base now, getting rid of the first engine of wind. Here comes Snicker. The first Cyclone's being summoned, but he's going for the Beastmaster. He's kind of trapped back there.
Yeah, but a great call to staff that one in. It actually blocked the raiders from entering that and surrounding that main tree. So staffing that one in to prevent the full surround on your Tree of Eternity was the right call and so beautiful. And we also can see that Nicker was kind of expecting a base race scenario most likely, because he already got the Nature's Blessing.
That is completely correct, my friend. And his expansion is completed, plus an Engine of War for protection. At the same time, XeLSinG has his Expo back up as well, scouted already by the Quillbeast. Oh, even getting that one peon, maybe the second one. Oh, it's getting close, just one more hit.
And now he's playing it perfect, like picture perfect. You see the Night Elf in the middle, and as soon as he realizes, okay, you know what, the Orc player is going for my main base, once again, he has to come back. Yeah. But what he's not aware of is the expansion that you said. So it's basically down to 2 gold mines each, and the Quillbeast Harris on the peons is quite painful.
As far as I know, there's no pillage for XeLSinG at the moment, but he's going for the main tree. Of course, 2000 HP to kill, but with Raiders, it's kind of easy. Here comes Cyclone once again to the Blade Master. No dispel so far. The walkers are completely exposed, and XeLSinG has the town portal. Tree of Eternity stays alive, and so does Nicker.
Yeah, and actually there was pillage, because I was watching the gold count, and it's going up like super fast. He went up to 800 gold in no time, and now he has to replenish the missing HPs on all of the units here. You can see it, so many red or orange HP units here, and you know the Demon Hunters just slaying everything as soon as they drop below that, and you can see the Quillbeast.
Exactly, they're slaying everything as well. The entire peon line is disrupted, non-existent anymore.
Yeah, this is basically the Walking Dead on the ground.
Exactly.
Besides they're not walking anymore, but
the laying dead.
Dude, the Quillbeast is doing quite some damage. You can see he got some kind of bloodlust that he can use. It's called Frenzy. And whenever you use that, he attacks super fast. It's like a machine gun firing at your peons. And yeah, you've seen the damage. And right now,
base race.
He finds the expansion.
Exactly. Base race from both players. Nicker is going for the burrows to keep him stuck. But here comes XeLSinG once again for the Tree of Life. This one, of course, only 1,300 HP. But he forced the town portal using the speed scroll, going directly to the main base. Great play by XeLSinG.
But look at the Quillbeast. The Blade Master is going back to the expansion, and he tries to take care of that, but he already lost all the peons. Once again, the Shadow Hunter is in the main base, killing one of the Moon Witches that was being reproduced to keep him supply blocked as good as he can. But down to 1 Spirit Walker, there's no chance of a fight. But there is a first roll coming from the other side. He's easily able to kill that one, even though the Raiders are basically almost doing no damage to that one. But
it takes some time.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Orc player. Is he able to keep the units alive here? Yes, he is.
Blade Master is coming to the expansion again. He might cancel something. Lots of Engines of War. Nicker really wants to play this safe. This is basically like playing against tanks for him now. Level 4 on the Blade Master, level 2 critical strike. So important, the damage multiplier now 3 times, not only 2 times. And the SH getting better and better as well. But what's it worth if you don't have an open fight?
Yeah, and we are not going to see a fight anytime soon. We told you guys that XeLSinG got quite a special kind of like gameplay style, or the things that he interprets the game. But right now he's doing the right thing. He's coming from the bottom, and maybe from the bottom there's no Ancient of War covering that surface area.
Nice.
He can easily surround the Tree of Life. He can easily ensnare all the Wisps, and then he can take down this expansion in no time.
Count portal. No, it's just
Oh,
staff.
he's not committing, cause look at this. The Raiders go around that building.
Yeah.
But the fake TP was kind of cute.
Okay, here comes Nicker now. Will he be able to defend his Tree of Life? Looking bad for him. Is the damage enough? Now all the Raiders hitting the Tree of Life. The numbers dropping low and low, but no, the repair is too strong. 100 HP left.
Wow, the Quillbees actually killed the Spirit Walker. They just TP'd to his expansion. And there's no shop. He cannot buy a Speed Scroll there. He cannot buy a Town Portal. And if the armies collide in the middle, and both of them are actually going there, oh no, he's changing the route. No, he tries to bypass.
Never fight. He can never fight. 40 food versus 55.
Yeah, but there's Fear Fire on one of the Raiders, so he sees the movement, can't play on it. GG! First map goes in favor of the Chinese, or not so Chinese, but still goes in favor of Nicker here, the Night Elf player. Playing from China, trying his best to actually take the ticket here to the Grand Final. And so far, I really think that he is super confident in his game plan.
He knew exactly what to do, when to do it, how to execute it. I think he struggled like once when XeLSinG, exactly, in the early game when XeLSinG put his pressure on. But apart from that, even with all the base races, he was super confident.
Yeah, all the responses, all the right calls. It's like sometimes you struggle against unique kind of game plans, but this is like, okay, you know what? You try to like raid me out. You try to kill every building there is. You know what? I just get Nature's Blessing. I just get Ancient of War in your way. I will block you as good as you can. The cute staff into the little hall, the only entrance in the for the Tree of Eternity was huge. Then also the fake TP, not provoking the TP out, but still he's doing all the good kind of moves.
Yeah, the small stuff.
Yeah.
All the small things.
All the small things, and in the end it adds up, and then we have seen what this... It actually was like a pretty one-sided game in the end.
There was not like the key move for Nicker, I guess. Okay, obviously, how to kill an expansion coming from the bottom.
Positioning,
that was just amazing. But apart from that, he didn't like pull the great fights or the cool hero moves or whatever. It was just basic WarCraft with all the small things you mentioned before.
Yeah, we haven't seen the big guns yet from him.
No,
so
that's right.
We will see that later throughout the tournament, and maybe even in the next game. We will jump into that game real soon. We have just to join it as a casters now, and then we can provide you with that. And do you think that XeLSinG can actually create a comeback? Because sometimes some people really struggle when they lose the first map. They kind of fall into this bad mindset where they think like, you know what? I just lost that map, and with that mindset, they basically just lost the second map with the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like exactly. Like the psychological part of the game. Some people really struggle. I don't really know about XeLSinG. I know that he has some decent 2-to-1 results in like Jera Cups and stuff, so can't be that bad for him. But of course, a Jera Cup is a Jera Cup, and this is the biggest tournament that XeLSinG has ever played in. The stakes are really, really high. For Nicker, might be the biggest one as well, but he has played so many offline competitions, so many tournaments, that he might be used to it.
Yeah, and he's really like with his back to the wall, because if he's losing one more map, there's no double elimination. So you drop out of the tournament.
Yeah, XeLSinG you mean.
Yeah, XeLSinG, you just drop out of the tournament, your chances are ruined, there's no more comeback scenarios, because all the tickets are already there. Everybody knows who will go to WCA, and we're just waiting for the 2 players that are still missing.
Do you know the vetoes and maps we have left?
Not yet. I think I should have been provided with that, or maybe I wasn't paying attention, but we will figure that one out and provide you with the vetoes for the next matches.
Yeah, it would be interesting what maps we have left.
Yeah. XeLSinG. Yeah, we're waiting actually for the host. Maybe they're figuring out a new host. Because
Possible.
XeLSinG
XeLSinG
in
was
the
complaining.
end, yeah, kind of complaining about the host. I think it can be tough. Sometimes they do it this way: first map in favor of the one player, second map a little bit in favor of the other player.
But what do you do on map 3?
Maybe coin toss? No, just kidding. Of course not. But sometimes when you have that time, maybe the admin can find a new host that you can try.
Yeah.
US West, US East. We can try so many hosts, and we just have the time. If this host is not working for him, we will try to find the best condition for him as well, because we really want to have these guys play on the best or perfect, like, what is the word that I'm missing here?
Conditions?
Perfect conditions. That's what I was looking forward to say. And that will be provided by our admins. So far, I think throughout the tournament that we had on Friday, everything went super smooth.
Yeah.
I really have to say that the tournament was done in no time.
Exactly.
No complaints, everything perfect, and we had a great tournament through that. First map, definitely a surprise with that late barracks. And do you think on the second map will be Ancient Knights? Do you think we will try, or XeLSinG will try something unique that we haven't seen yet? Or is he going to play the normal game because he haven't had the success that he wanted to have on the first map?
I think... Okay, the next map is, by the way, Ancient Isles. I expected something like Last Refuge, because there XeLSinG is known for his tier 3 stuff with an expansion as well. But with a later expansion, with a pocket expansion, it's kind of easy to set him up, but if you need some time to defend your base until you hit tier 3. But on Ancient Isles, I don't know, man. I think an expansion is completely out of the option here. Pretty hard for the org.
Maybe the tiny hall.
Yeah, with the tiny hall, but getting the time to get to tier 3 against Nylov on the small map like Ancient Isles.
Yeah, it's a really small map. I think maybe a high pressure scenario could be the case here. Like maybe like a lot of raiders, like maybe even 2 bestiary raiders, or even maybe a tier 1 tower rush. Pretty rare to see, like this, like out of
or
the
a
box.
Butter Rush, what Lucifron did
Yeah.
back then, like 2010, 11ish.
But in your last game of, or possibly the last game of the tournament, would you risk your tournament life on such cheap
On a
threats?
no, I don't think so.
I don't know. But we haven't seen his practice, so maybe in ladder he tried a lot of games, and his practice games, because these guys actually had 2 days to practice for that very tournament or very matchup. They knew, okay, I play against a Night I just get all my Night friends from my friend list on W3 Arena. I practice as hard as I can. Maybe watch a lot of replays of my opponent to actually analyze that one.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that speaks in favor of Nicker, because from XeLSinG it's very simple to get the replays. He played in Jera Cups, Golden Cups. They're all online and everybody knows how to get them. From Nicker, we have no replay at all.
Yeah, from Nicker we only have the replays that he played throughout the tournament so far.
Exactly, against Cooper, for example.
Against Cooper, for example. Yeah, the Pro Qualifier.
Yeah, the Pro Qualifier, and that's
These
it.
are all the replays that we have from Nicker.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find like older replays, but this is not indicating or telling you what his new metagame is, his new game plan. You don't figure that one out. And since it's so easy to get the replays from XeLSinG, I think it's a great advantage towards his opponent. So, not sure if Nicker did that, but as I know Nicker, and he got this professional gamer background, I think he knows how to prepare for a match like that.
Yeah, definitely. In the Pro Qualifier, he played against Cooper in the first round. We mentioned it, 2-1, and then he lost 1-2 against War Chief Ridge. So he knows how to make things close. And I think we just joined a test game.
Yeah, we just joined a test game. People are trying the bot, seeing if the ping is right, seeing if they actually can like come down to an agreement. Okay, we take this host, or no, we skip that. As soon as the player have tested that host and are kind of okay with that, we will try a new game, set that up with this very bot that we just used as a test one, and then we go into the normal game and it will be serious. We'll go into maybe already the all-deciding game for XeLSinG, or maybe the comeback.
Would of course be unfortunate. He lost in the Pro Qualifier 0-2 to some guy right next to me.
Yeah. Kind of sad.
And now another 0-2 would be kind of devastating for the guy from the Belarus, but yeah. It's actually a game of the older players here. XeLSinG 27, Nicker 29 already.
Nicker is turning super old, like Grandpa Nicker already.
And he looks like 14.
Yeah. This is like really, he's like not, like, he's not getting older. If you see him, he's like still the kind of guy that you met like 10 years ago on some kind of LAN event. And this is very unique about him. And he is also like a really fun spirit guy that you want to be around with. And you can just talk to him. He's like super easy on all the tournaments. He makes a lot of friends actually. It's like you just go up to him and he just comes up to you and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm Nicker. How are you doing? How was your flight? Do you enjoy it? Do you like China? Because he's been there in China and he's like trying to like give you the best experience to actually experience the culture and maybe the food and stuff. And he's bringing you towards this experience.
He's a good guide.
He's just a good guide. Yeah, and a good guy in general. Like, I really like this guy and I hope that he can make it happen for him, but I don't want to go as far as like, okay, no chance for XeLSinG, you're out of the picture, bro.
No. He can always come back.
Yeah.
I think he has some specialties up on his sleeve. Like, I don't know. I expect some tier 3 stuff from him right now.
Either that, or maybe Shadow Hunter once again, or maybe standard game, like very standard.
Yeah,
game.
maybe the standard game is what surprises Nicker.
Yeah, it could be the case, because he was like delaying his tech a little bit.
Yeah.
And he got one Ancient of Wind. Usually you get like a fast tech, then 2 Ancient of Wind at the same time, and then you kind of go for that. But he decided to delay everything a little bit to play it a little safer. You will have a few more units before you tag. You have that shop already there if you need potions, because if the pressure comes and the Moonwells are out of juice, you cannot heal your hero anymore. But with the shop, with the option to get potions, staff of preservation, this is so great to actually have all the tools that you need to prevent to die to a really hard harass or aggressive strategy. And I think he's preparing really great for that. So the next game will be real, as Remo is revealing it right now. This is the guy that will be on the caster desk right after that game. He's just... No, he just decides to... there he is! The third guy in the picture, this Remo. We will see him later, and he's cheering for Czechy and looking forward to the last game of the day very much. And yeah, we will see that later. Right now, we're focusing
on XeLSinG versus Nika. Once again an Orc in the early rounds for the Russian guy.
So we get the next game name, and this means the game is on. We are about to jump into Ancient Isles as soon as the game is actually there, and then we can go with that. So after that, if you're interested, it will be Hawk against Prado after this match. I don't want to say that it is over already, but if you want to get ready for that, get your popcorn, make some snacks.
Hawk is definitely the big favorite in this one. But
big favorite in that one.
But seeing Hawk and Nicker collide, like a Russian battle for the one spot, that would be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome, yeah. Because also Nicker is using crazy strategies against human, or not that crazy, but he's using Dark Ranger.
And
usually what we see is something different. We see Warden, we see a lot of Demon Hunter, of course. But Dark Ranger, we saw Passion Knight play that, and he played quite well, I have to say. Making it into the later stages, we see him later going up against Sonic. He also used the Dark Ranger strategy. Because, it was quite good, and he was able to achieve that top 8 position here. And
really surprisingly.
Actually surprising for a lot of people, because they were not thinking about him. He was not in the picture for that. And what we also have to say, if we go throughout the last Jero Cup, it was yesterday. Being played.
34.
Yeah, Hawk dropped out earlier than expected. He's one of the contestants who always goes deep in these tournaments. And also Passion Knight played quite well. He made it to the final, playing against Warchief Rich, the guy who was already qualified for China, who was able to win the qualifier in Cologne, taking 4K euros to his bank account. And yeah, he was able to play quite some good games against him. So I think Passion Knight is ready for the Night of Mirror. And I just want to say, be ready for that game, because Sonic is a great player, and Passion Knight increasing shape is actually making it happen for him. But jump into the real game in no time, as Neo is pushing the buttons.
Well,
not yet completely, but we will jump into the game real quick.
Here we are.
Here we are on Ancient Knights finally. XeLSinG, the guy spawning on the bottom half of Ancient Knights in the yellow color, the Orc. Playing against Nicker on the top half of Ancient Isles, spawning in the red color here, playing the Night Elf, going for the first altar first, and no Ancient of War yet.
That's right. Usually you see the Ancient of War right here at the orange spot, but not yet. Maybe Huntress?
Yeah, I think it's a Huntress build order, which is kinda good in this map. Because sometimes the Blade Master goes for the super early shop with the speed scroll, and then he uses his speed scroll to just intercept your creeping right away. But as we speak, there's a Wisp going down, and it's a little bit later, Ancient of War. So I'm not sure if this is the perfect call, because this actually gives the Blade Master all the time in the world that he needs to make it to that spot and actually intercept your creeping. Maybe steal one of the 2 creeps there that really matter, the Augur Magi or the Augur Warrior, because they give most of the experience. And the Augur Magi is also dropping a tier 1 item, just like a Circlet, maybe a Glove of Haste, Claws of Attack, all that stuff is coming from that guy. So if you sneak that, you have quite a nice head start into the game, and you have quite a nice item to play with.
That is right. We have XeLSinG here with the Blade Master. Obviously, on the other side, we have the Demon Hunter. But I think you would never expect such a late Ancient of War, so maybe you go for the creeping yourself. We will see. I think both players' way into this quarterfinal was fairly easy so far. For XeLSinG, he won against WinUp, Bullshitman Pinky, and Rosenkill. Obviously, Rosenkill did amazing in the cup, so that, of course, the hardest opponent. For Nicker, he played against Deli, Crest, Leospio, Randomizer, and Ruben. So, also no big name involved. Fairly easy for these 2 outstanding players
Can
here.
you please check the Great Hall and tell me what the hell is going on? We see a super early pillage upgrade there already. We see a peon moving out of there, like out of the main base. It's not for scouting purposes. I'm not really sure what this is. Maybe a shop in the middle of the map, and maybe a delayed tech, maybe the tower rush. He's also getting more grunts. He's not teching. I think he skipped a few workers earlier on to actually get a faster second grunt there. And he's getting a lot of grunts as well as peons. And he's going over. I think this means aggressive shop. Blade Master is going to intercept the creeping. There is a Claws of Attack being stolen from the Demon Hunter, being denied. Windwalk on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is already super low.
And so is the Ancient of War.
Dude, this can be a super aggressive game right here.
Oh boy. He is known for his crazy stuff, and here he pulls some super weird tier 1 stuff. He is still not teching. We have the Huntress Hall from Nicker, so he is able to build towers and to get some Huntress.
Yeah, but look, he already got 3 grunts on the field. The 3rd one just spawned out of the barracks. Right now, he's getting resources for attacking the building. So he's not stealing them from your opponent, but you are creating them out of nowhere. So you actually get more gold, more wood per hit there from all the hits from the grunts. The Blade Master is not being able to pillage anything, but this looks pretty good here. The shop is about to be done, the Voodoo launch, and then he can also heal up. He's missing a 3rd borrow yet, now he decides to take. So this is not some kind of all-in-ish strategy, but still, it's a great start into the game.
Yeah, it's a big distraction, at least, and something that makes Nicker wonder. So what's he going to do with that? Where does it lead to? We will see how XeLSinG's strategy unfolds.
Yeah.
So far, the hunt.
And no more Moonwells. Look, he's just sitting on 2 Moonwells, and the juice is out. There's no more juice. 3rd Moonwell being constructed. There is 100. Surround can easily be pulled off here. I think it's close. No, there's still some space. Hashtag Master of Surrounds. Hashtag Jaws. Amazing. Well played there. And now he's going for some more pressure on top of the first year of your opponent. But I think the boots of speed are a great pickup.
Early Warmill for XeLSinG. He might want to follow it up with a Huntress, with a Tower Rush, or early Kodos, but now the Demon Hunter has to be very careful. Fortunately for him, there's no Windwalk anymore, but XeLSinG is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, once again attacking the Moonwell here.
Look at the Blade Master, he got kind of blocked there. Now he has to use the Speed Sword to make it out of there and heal up, but the Mana Burn can easily cancel the healing salve, because if you burn more mana than 25 points, it actually cancels the healing there. And now he's buying some more items, trying to get into the shadow, but the Blade Master will die to the Demon Hunter most likely. Is he able to kill him? Yeah! How great was that? He was using a healing salve to stay alive. And he killed him with the very last hit by grabbing or sneaking that Claws of Attack from your opponent earlier on, just providing enough damage to kill the first hero.
Exactly,
dude.
These +6 damage really made it happen. Oh my god, what an encounter this is here on Ancient Isles. The War Mill is about to finish. Tier 2 is about to finish. And what is XeLSinG doing next year?
There are more peons. Look at this. He's using the peons. The War Mill is about to be done. We can also see that he got 300 wood, and he can build easy 3 towers there. There's an Ancient of Wonders going down in Nicker's main base, but no Ancient Protector. I think a Protector would be great in the position there, but he's getting more Moonwards. He has to use them later, because pressure is coming his way, and also he's using the Windwalk with the healing and he can easily charge up his Blade Master again. I'm not sure if he's actually going for a Naga, but a Naga would be a great pickup here.
I think he is. He has everything he needs for it. But then Nicker is gonna have a really hard time.
There it is.
There she is.
Ursula!
Indeed. And yeah, no level 2 Demon Hunter yet. He has boots though.
Look at the Ancient of Laws. They are completely in the wrong spot here, because the aggression is coming. 3 grunts being healed there. Catapult is being produced. But the amount of lumber is not that high anymore. He got the catapult. He's getting the tower, and the tower rush is going on. It's real. There you go, bro. You have to stop that one, because when the tower is up and the catapult arrives, good luck with your Dryads, good luck with your Huntresses. There's no chance that you defend that anymore. Second tower being thrown down. Nicker has to do something. Dude, come up with something. You always got the right response on the first map. Is he able to have the right response to this?
We'll see about that. No second hero so far. There it is. Naga as well to get some counter pressure. Maybe a pick off on the grunts, but the towers, they are building and building. Now the Demon Hunter finally able to make some hits, but he is surrounded, almost surrounded, definitely in the wrong position there. Here comes another Frost Arrow, more hits from the grunts. Is it up? I don't think so. Now the Huntress take care of the Naga from XeLSinG, getting a heal potion, saving it for now, but I think she won't last long. In the meantime, the Huntress attacking the towers. This could horribly backfire for XeLSinG. He is definitely losing this. Whoa, yes she is!
Making it towards the range of the shop, but not buying a potion. Losing his Naga there. Big call. Losing the first tower. And I'm not sure if he canceled that one. Second one is down as well. And the third one is still being attacked. I think the first Dryad is about to come out, and the Dryads kill grunts like nothing. Easy. If there is no towers to back that one up. The tower rush is failing here a little bit. The first catapult arrives, but the Naga is dead, and the third tower also got killed. Dude, this is not looking good for XeLSinG anymore.
Definitely. Oh, the Naga kill was really good from Nicker. Blade Master is in trouble. There's no potion, nothing. The Huntress blocks again, and the first hero falls as well.
GG! Game is already over.
No GG from XeLSinG.
He is dropping out of the tournament like nothing. He just dropped out, lost that map in no time, risking everything. This was something that I was not expecting at all, because I don't think that you want to drop out like that, but also if you play something crazy like that, you kind of surprise your opponent.
Definitely. It was so close, man. Imagine the Naga staying alive and then coming back with the force killing or slowing down the Huntress even. Maybe you get your towers up.
Yeah.
You don't know. But Nicker is one best of 3 away from going to China, staying in China, playing in China, definitely.
This is perfect for him, and you could really see he got all the right responses.
Once again.
Getting that Naga to kill the Naga of your opponent, great choice. Then killing the towers in the meantime while you are taking the fight through the Naga.
That was really great. Splitting the army into Hunters and Heroes. The Heroes chase the Naga, the Hunters kill the towers. Amazing, especially with the glaives of the Hunters. Super effective.
But the kill from the Blade Master onto the Demon Hunter.
Amazing, definitely.
With that healing self being used in the very last moment. In between hits, he's using that, taking the next hit, surviving the last blow.
Really, really good.
This was kind of crazy. So we are expecting more good games today. And next will be Prado against Hawk. The big favorite of the whole thing here. Against maybe the outsider.
Definitely. He was gone for such a long time. But he hit his personality in the qualifier. No one knew who he is. And then he came. Bam, bam, bam. And he's in the qualifier.
Playing under a secret identity. Did he actually drop out one of the good guys?
I think he did. Wait a second. He killed Starshaped.
Wow, Starshaped. Actually a good native player.
And Rosenkill.
And Rosenkill, yeah, the guy that we mentioned earlier from Denmark, I think he is, right? He was one of the talented players back then. Stopped playing also for quite a while, then coming back for the tournament because everybody is coming back. Everybody who's like still feeling the passion for Warcraft comes back and plays the tournament. And we had the first cool games. And I'm so hyped for the next one.
Definitely. Hawk versus Prado. It's coming. And we're sending you into a small break here, setting everything up. And then we're here. I think with Remo this time.
Of course, the
So-
infamous Remo.